What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I just want to start off by saying my name's Max, and this is going to be the first official video to this channel. I know I have a couple posted already, but those are actually those are just videos I've edited for another channel I'm a part of. Me and three of my friends, we did this podcast a couple years back called Idiotic Thoughts, and kind of got lazy. We got lazy, and we didn't record for a fat minute, and we kind of shifted. We got back into it, and we shifted to gaming content more. So if you're into that kind of thing, go check them out. I'll put the link in the bio, and I'll probably put a little card if I figure that out right here. But without further ado, this is my own channel, my own personal one. So I just want to get started by saying what I want to post on here. I'm a freaking diehard Cowboys fan, and I love sports, for the most part. Football mainly. Like I could dabble with some other stuff, but football is my main thing. And for better or for worse, the Cowboys are my fucking team. And as you can tell by the logo, it's for the better or worse of my mental health. If you know, you know. But anyways, I just want to kind of go over what I want to post on this channel, just in the future. I think I want to go, I want to try this season. I want to try to do a video for every game. So I know it's a little late, literally tomorrow's week 2. And, well, technically week 2 started Thursday, but tomorrow is the Cowboys' second game with the Giants. And I wanted to record this video all week, but I've been fucking sick, like bad. Like my voice sounded like fucking Megatron or some shit. Hear me out. And yeah, I just didn't want to record and have to hear that voice as my first video. So I sound a little bit better, not the best, like it's my voice, but it is what it is. And but anyways, I digress. But I think my goal is for this NFL season, I want to do a video weekly after every Cowboys game and just kind of, put my thoughts about it. I don't have a lot of friends that are into football. My friends are kind of weebs, not gonna lie. I'm a softcore weeb myself, but not hardcore, But yeah, I don't really have a lot of people to talk about football with, and with how the Cowboys stress me out, I feel like I need a vent. And if you like what I post, maybe we can start a little community. Comment, what you think about my takes. Make your own takes. Maybe we could just start a little thing. If you want to message, maybe we could make a Discord chat. If it gets some traction, just Cowboys fans, rational Cowboys fans talking about why they love and hate this goddamn team. Yeah, but anyways, I think that's the direction I'm gonna go with this channel for the most part. See how it goes. Maybe I'll get some traction, and I think I'll also dabble in some gaming videos too. As you can tell by the background footage, I'm fucking broke. I'm playing Madden. I'm still playing last year's Madden, man. I updated the teams myself, to some of the players, but yeah, I'm broke. I don't feel like buying the new one, just for the new rosters. That's how they always get you, fucking EA, every year. But that's just my background footage. Deal with it. But yeah, anyways, I think I'll do a little bit of that, some gaming stuff here and there. But for the most part, for at least the next 3 months, I'm going to try to do a weekly video about the Cowboys, just critiquing, maybe some news around the league too. Just see how it goes. I can't really tell you how the future's going to play out, but I think that's my goal right now. So you stayed this long. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll probably, if I can figure it out, I'll put a jump so the people that don't want to listen to this can just jump straight to my takes. But anyways, yeah, thanks for listening. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But the real elephant in the room is CeeDee Lamb.
And they are bringing it. And Prescott's lofting it. CeeDee couldn't bring that one in either.
Oh, I fucking love him, man. I literally told my girl during the game, like just as a joke, like, I fucking love that man. Like just like just randomly, because he caught a pass like at one point in the game. I'm just like, nut. But yeah, he honestly, I hate to admit it, but I think he cost us this game. You know, he's gonna come back. It's not even a question. But damn, like if he just caught one of those passes, we could have been shitting on the Eagles all week. Eagles fans, it would have been a whole different story. But that's not what happened. And it happens. People have bad games. That is what it is. But yeah, this game, man, I thought it was going to be a shootout, and I think it was on pace to become a shootout. But man, that fucking weather delay screwed everything up. Jeez, like it was like a back and forth battle. Like like the defenses couldn't really do much, and then that weather delay hits right into the third quarter, waiting for like over an hour just to begin again. I think that deflated everything, and it just became a defensive slugfest after that. And the Eagles won. The Eagles took it. Can't knock it. Is what it is. Our defense held up pretty solid. I'm proud of that. And yeah, like I want to, I guess, before I get into the game, let's get into a little bit before that. Micah Parsons. Jesus, that fucking hurt. I was middle of my shift with this older guy at work, and we got the news. It's been a rumor for a while, like, and then the Packers name popped up, and it's been a rumor, but then when it actually hit, Jesus, it hit like a fucking truck. And then the original post, it just said 2 first-round picks. I was like, bro, that's all we got for Micah. That's insane. But and then I saw like the whole trade. We got Kenny Clark. That eased the pain a bit, but damn, that sucked. It sucked, honestly. It was a rough one, and I'll get back into Kenny Clark later, but I still feel like we could have got a little bit more, because Micah Parsons, he's no doubt he's Hall of Fame trajectory, and the Eagles. I mean, I wasn't supposed to record this video this late. Not the Eagles, the Packers. I watched the game Thursday night. He got half a stack. Fucked up my parlay. I needed him to get 1 sack, but it's all good. It's all good. Still love Micah. Actually got his jersey. It was they were like $180 normal. They were like $40, and it's the Cowboys alternate. I'll post a picture. I'll put a picture right here. But I've always wanted one of those, and I saw it on sale. I was like, thank you. Anyways, back to the game. I just want to talk about the Micah trade, and for what it is, I think the defense held up. Solidly. They were getting oh my god, man, the linebackers could not get their head on straight. But I think it's first week of the season. Overshown's not in there. For some reason, they didn't play Maurice. Maurice I think that's his name, LaFou. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but long hair, 35, badass motherfucker. He only got 6 snaps. Like, bro, that dude is flying to the ball. He'll probably get lost in coverage here and there, but we need a guy in there that's flying to the ball. Those other linebackers were running around with their heads cut off. Sanborn and Murray? Bro, Murray, I saw, like, he had no clue where to go. Like, he made one good stop, I think, at one point. But, man, they were running around with their heads cut off most of the game. So we can't be having that. And defensively, edge rushers, we had an abundance of them when we had Micah. I think we still got a good, solid rotation, but they got to step up. We only got, I think, 1 sack in this game. Marshawn Nealon and Kenny Clark actually stepped in there. They got to step up on that pass rush. The second-round pick, Donovan. I'm not going to even attempt that last name. But, damn, that was rough. And back to Kenny Clark. I said it eased the pain on the trade, and this game kind of showed why, because he was in there making some plays in the run game, and that's what we've been missing, bro. Osa's all alone in the middle of the line. Like, bro, Kenny Clark with the right next to him. Ooh, that's gonna be a duo this year. I'm excited because Osa's more of that pass rush type defensive tackle. Kenny Clark will stuff up the run. We just got to get that edge right, and I think the defensive line will be solid this year. Linebackers, Overshown comes back. That's locked in. Maurice hopefully gets into the starting lineup with Overshown. Ooh, that's going to be a dream matchup right there. Hopefully that could be our next good linebacker duo. You know, we haven't had that since Vander Esk and Jalen Smith that 1 year. But yeah, I hope that works out. And then cornerbacks, dude, I can't really say anything bad because Diggs and Bland held him down pretty good. You know, Elam looked a little fucking lost out there, but I think he's just a placeholder until that rookie hopefully comes back from that ACL injury. Was Revel? You know, I think we'll be solid. You know, I'm not tripping. So they held AJ Brown to 1 catch for like 8 yards. Don't get me wrong, it really mattered. That catch really mattered, but I still can't be mad about that performance. You know, it was solid. So unfortunately, Bland's out tomorrow, but it's the Giants. I don't think we're tripping too hard about that. I think we'll still be solid. But safeties, they are what they are. They're just there. Wilson and Hooker, they're just kind of there. Hopefully we got 2 first rounders. We'll draft safety next year. We'll see how that goes. But you know, on defense overall, I can't be mad. You know, it was a good game. Offense just needed to step up in that second half. And let's get to the offense. I'm gonna say it first and foremost. I'm a Dak guy. Like, I love Dak. I love Dak Prescott. How can you not? Like, he's just a cool dude. He seems like a chill dude. He's been through so much, and he still seems like a really genuine good dude. And all you want because the Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, starting the helmet, whatever. He's a good dude, and I think he has it. But Jerry Jones always holds the fucking team back. Like, he never puts the pieces around it. Like, either when we have a good offense, our defense is shit. We have a good defense, offense is shit. Like, you can never win with Jerry. He can't build a balanced team. And that's just how he's been. He wasted Romo's career, straight up. But anyways, back to the game. Dak throwing piss missiles, straight up. And, man, don't get me wrong, he threw a couple hospital balls, you know? That Tolbert throw in the end zone. Like, if Tolbert caught that, that would have been... Because he hit him in the hands, don't get me wrong. But it was in between 2 defenders, you know? Tolbert was going to get hit. I think Ferguson got hit on 1-2 in the end zone. CeeDee Lamb, he dropped 4 passes. I'd say 2 of those for sure were straight up on him. That one that went through his hands, straight doink on his head. And then the one at the end of the game, that's one of those ones, he got his hands on it, but it was gonna be a hit. Like, he was gonna get hit, so it was gonna be like, you can't really blame him, but damn if he caught that. And that 50-yard bomb, Dak hit him perfectly, and he dropped that one. That would have changed that would have changed the game right there. That one alone, if he caught that, I think that would have won us the game. You know, so Dak, honestly, I'm looking forward to the season. Actually traded for him on fantasy. I'm so fucking excited for that. So he always slaps the Giants around, so hopefully he gets me like 30 fantasy points. Let's see how it goes this week. And we just talked about CD a lot. You know, he's gonna come back. He was already working out the next day, literally. You know, you gotta love that, the leadership. You know, I think he's gonna bounce back good against the Giants this week. Like, who do they have at quarter? Like, come on, they ain't gonna be able to cover him. And hopefully, Pickens, he didn't really get too involved. He ripped that guy's face mask. Was always doing George Pickens shit. One fucking bad play from a crash out. But I think he's going to be solid throughout the year. You know, him and Dak are going to get a better track. And another thing I fucking loved about the offense. Oh my God, let me tell you, this is my wet dream. Turpin. I always put him in, like, when I do a franchise in Madden, I'll always put him as like my slot guy. You know, I'll send him on deep routes because he usually can beat some quarterbacks off the line. You know, you can hit him on a deep pass for easy touchdowns. And then I love obviously he's the returner, you know, but I love making Turpin into like a superstar. You know, you get the ratings up by getting them like good stats for the year. Yeah, I love doing that for Turpin. And now that they're actually using him in the system, Mike McCarthy didn't do anything like that for years. And now this guy's first year here with the offensive coordinators that we got, like, I think Turpin's gonna have a good year. I actually have him in fantasy. He's my secret weapon. I think he's gonna have some game. It's gonna be hit or miss, honestly. But with the way they used him week 1, I think they're building for a big year for him. And you got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb to worry about. You think they're gonna have someone to spare for Turpin? You know, I'm so excited to see that. And let's talk about the running backs too. Williams, he looked solid. I can't deny that. Sanders, oh my fucking God, man. He put me through so many emotions. He put me through so many emotions in like the span of like a couple seconds.
Back in a safety spot. 2nd and 10. Prescott gives it. Miles Sanders running in open space. There goes Sanders. Philadelphia from the 11-yard line. Sanders. Ball out. Picked up.
It's you. It's you.
Yeah.
How could you, man? How could you?
Man, that 50 plus yard run just burned Zach Bond and scored, but I wish that would happen. But obviously, we know what happened the next play, and yeah, just that fucking sucked. And you know, they look good, but I'm really excited to see Jaden Blue come in. I have him on. I don't know if you've seen the background footage. He's in the. I made him custom in there and just padded his stats. But yeah, I think he's just a placeholder for him. I think they're going to start working him into the offense with Javonte. Obviously, Javonte is probably going to be the lead back this whole year, you know, barring an injury or something. But he didn't look bad. You know, he didn't look bad. And I think a big reason of that is this O-line. I think they did a good job in building it. Like Tyler Guyton, last year he was fucking atrocious. And this year he came out swinging. I mean, no pun intended. But yeah, and obviously we got Tyler Smith at left guard. He's the best. He's making a case for the best guard in the league. And then center we got Cooper Beebe. I think he's still developing, but I think he's going to be solid. He might not be like Travis Frederick, you know, but I think he'll be a solid center for us. Right guard, we drafted first round Booker. Oh, we got the 3 Tylers: Booker, Guyton, and Smith. Booker, I think he's going to be solid. He'll be fine. You know, he's a rookie. You know, obviously he's probably going to make some mistakes, but I think he's going to be great this year. And then right tackle, Steele. He actually looks solid. You know, for what it is, he looks solid. He's always been the weak link. You know, and I think he's rounded out. He'll be kind of like that Doug Free. You know, I'm excited for this line. You know, he's not like he's not special, but he's could hold it down. At least we'll see. You know, we'll see when we get to the harder pass rushers. Looking at Micah Parsons week 4, we'll see how that plays out against this line. But overall, I like, you know, this offense. I'm excited. You know, they actually look like they're playing to some strengths. You know, and I think it's just going to develop more and more throughout the year. You know, so I'm really excited for what I saw. You know, we lost to the Eagles. That hurt. That always going to hurt. But damn, I'm looking forward to this. They're the reigning Super Bowl champions. Like, come on. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better start to the season. Everyone looks solid. You know, obviously we didn't come out with the win, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I think there's 60 more games, 60 more chances to win. So we'll see how the rest of it goes. And like, looking forward to I say next week, but it's literally tomorrow when I'm recording this. Giants, honestly, we're gonna slap them around. We're gonna smack them. You know, belt to ass. And that's pretty much that. Honestly, that's all I gotta say. Like, it's the Giants. Dak owns the Giants. If we lose, I'm gonna look real fucking stupid when I record the next video. But you know, we'll see what happens. You know, hopefully it's a good game. And yeah, if you stuck around for this, you know, I appreciate you. You know, like, obviously this is my first video. I'm a little nervous, but I think I'll get the talking down. Maybe eventually I'll add a face cam. But you know, right now I mean, I don't even have a good camera to do that with. So I'll wait till later to do that. Just for now, enjoy my stock game footage that I recorded by padding my team stats. But anyways, you know, I appreciate you. If you know you like the content, you know, drop a like, subscribe, you know, share to any other sports friends. You know, maybe we can make a little community. You know, hopeless Cowboys fans. That's what we'll call it on Discord. You know. But anyways, you know, I digress. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Later.